Welcome everybody to Glasto 2022. Forget all that serious frisbee we've been watching. This is the real stuff right here. Teams warming up for EUCF, but we care not a jot. Back at the UK's finest outdoor party tournament. It's Benji Hall and Lorcan Oates with you in the booth. We've got Shakedown versus Flakes and Twirls. These are two teams.
Two teams that play Ultimate, Benji, that is correct, as we can see them throwing the disc.
I mean, I hope they play Ultimate. I haven't seen them yet, so they might not.
Oh, and there's a close one, but still caught, and a big shot to the end zone for the first score of Glasto. No, the first D of Glasto.
Denied by Shakedown. That is Richard Chubb. His 80s icon is Arnie.
I think that's an icon for all ages and all generations.
The Governator. Overthrow. Save it!
Save it.
Save it. Good awareness there, just how they drew it up, and now they're going to shoot to the end zone. There's a guy wide open. I assume he's on their team. He's wearing the same colour. So, sure, we'll go with that. He's not wearing any ultimate gear, really, but everyone seemed happy with it, so I guess that works.
So that's a great way to start off the day with an early point. Do we know which team that was for, Benji?
That's Shakedown.
That's Shakedown in the black, who are getting the score over Flakes and Twirls.
Getting a shot of our high-tech commentary booth. The Vesvan.
It's nice to have your escape routes ready and prepared.
Yep.
Should people come to us with any consternation at our certain type of commentary we'll be bringing this weekend, Benjamin.
I don't know what you're on about. We will just wind up the we might not even wind up the windows or disconnect everything, just drive away.
Just get out of here.
Just through the game.
So Flakes and Twirls coming back.
Ooh. One-handed snag towards the far sideline.
So what are you expecting to see this weekend, Benji?
I would say some weird stuff with a smattering of good ultimate in between.
In between, every now and again, popping up, as there, unfortunately, the drop getting slightly out of the hands of the Flakes and Twirls.
Yeah, I think so. Like, am I expecting the highest quality ultimate we've ever seen?
Yes.
Yes, I also am. If I don't see it, these teams will have let me down immeasurably. Here we go. Meat Train's going to jack it to the end zone. Easy as you like.
Shoots it straight out of the station and arriving on time. That's an easy one for the Meat Train.
Choo-choo.
Devon legend.
We've got games to 13 today, I think. One timeout per team per game that you can't take in the cap. Games to... oh, yeah, Hooter goes at 50 minutes. I don't think it's cap plus one. I think you just finish that point.
So does that mean you can draw?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Wouldn't be a British tournament if you didn't have the ability to draw. Big fans of that outcome here.
Right. Unfortunately, it's not Swiss draw. We've got no almighty algorithm to guide us.
It's more just emotion, general feeling.
General feeling?
The vibes, if nothing else.
We are all about vibes.
And the vibes today are lackadaisical. So that's Ross collecting that one. Ross Hurley gets into the middle. See, you know some of these names.
Yeah, right.
Look at us knowing how to commentate. So Flakes and Twirls, 2-0 down, some drops. And that's a run through D. It looks like Shakedown are really putting the shakedown onto Flakes and Twirls right now.
We were having this discussion before the game. You're a twirl man rather than a flake man, right?
Absolutely. Whether you're talking about dance moves or chocolate confectionery.
That was... yeah, nice little throwaway there from Shakedown. Look at this, good movement outside the end zone, and then just gonna throw it too far. So they'll give the disc back to Flakes and Twirls.
I like that strategy as we see a big shot going in the end zone.
I like this strategy, and it works as well. That's Regan bringing it down, dumping it off. Boring.
Regan, of course, the British nephew of famous American President Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, disregard that the names are slightly different. Still counts.
He's his British nephew.
Oh yeah, that's
the British version.
Yeah. That would explain the different spelling.
Yep.
It would indeed. George Thorne catches that for the score. 80s icon is Rambo, who was not problematic in any way. How many of these 80s icons do we think are we going to have to redact for?
Well, they're icons from the 80s, right? So most of them.
Oh no, some of them are good. Someone's put Larry Bird.
Oh, wow. The GOAT. Larry Legend.
Do you think he is the GOAT?
I think, no, obviously not. I think he could have been the GOAT if he didn't throw his back out doing the tarmac on his Maz farmhouse. Like, that's why his career ended. Millions of dollars thrown away because he wouldn't pay 10 grand to hire a guy.
He's not like you. He's a salt of the earth working man.
Mistake.
Agreed.
We get another look at the shot. And the lovely sky over Glastonbury Tor today.
Honestly, it's always nice to come to Glasto, isn't it? Look, and the Wi-Fi password is ultimate capital Y capital U. Don't worry, everyone. This changes at every event, so you can't just hop onto our Wi-Fi.
Honestly, if you're watching Glasto here with us at 9 in the morning, I think you deserve to know the Wi-Fi password in case you're here in the future. Meat Train with a big old hammer over the top. Oh, and that was a sensational grab.
Nice and easy, that one for Elliot. Crossing the end zone like Frogger crossing the road. Guess who? I'm really enjoying these player surveys. It's the sort of thing we actually need.
The real information. The stuff that they don't collect from you at the EUCF. You ever been asked who your 80s icon is before?
No, actually.
Who's your 80s icon, actually?
Good question.
We'll be pondering that over the course of the day. I would say because, like, they started in, like, the late 80s. The Michelangelo from Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Ninja Turtles?
No, Hero Turtles. That was the late 80s, early 90s one.
I thought it was Ninja Turtles in other territories, just not in the UK.
Huh. Well, the way I know it is it was Hero Turtles when I was a kid, and then it was Ninja Turtles when my wee brother was a kid.
Yeah. I'm a Donatello kind of guy.
Oh, you like doing machines?
I mean, he was the nerdy one, so I felt it fit.
The nerdy sex pest.
I didn't say that.
Oh, I did. That's because I speak the truth, and that was a fantastic grab.
I don't know what version of the Turtles you're watching. Here we go, over the top, towards the back of the end zone. Cool, calm, wham, bam. Thank you, Matt.
So that was a nice response by Flakes and Twirls. They get a score. They get another one. It's 3-2. They're not out of this game yet. These sweet children got a couple things left up their sleeves. That's a nice grab. Look at that. Would you wait for someone to come to the open side? Why? Why when I can just throw a high release?
Just throw it to space and let other people go and get it.
Over the top.
I'm trying to think who my 80s icon would be.
Well, you've got all day, and it'll probably change a lot. Like, I mean, if we're being totally honest, like Freddie Mercury, it's hard for him to not be considered an icon to everyone.
Yeah, the question is whether you consider him like a quintessentially 80s icon. Because he kind of spanned the 70s and 80s and a little bit of the 90s.
I consider him rather timeless.
Yeah. Of course, in memoriam for Queen who died in 1991. And Bohemian Rhapsody got their second UK #1.
What was their first UK #1?
No, as in, sorry, Bohemian Rhapsody was UK #1 again. It was also UK #1 in 1975.
Right.
It's the only song to have been Christmas #1 twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big achievement as Meat Train tries to show off his big achievement. But it just blades.
That ain't it,
into a
Chief.
defender. No, that's... They're still working it out, you know. Stretching themselves, testing their boundaries. Oh, chronically unfit. Walking around the sideline, always got a lot of appreciation for those guys.
I mean,
Chronically unfit, maybe is how you should say it.
You should, I think.
Yeah.
Otherwise the pun doesn't come across. Yeah, enough respect.
Ooh, that one.
I've always said if you throw it hard enough, it's on. I've always said that.
If you hit the receiver, then it's a receiver error.
See? Receiver error.
That was actually really nice.
That was good frisbee.
Yeah, it was like, who told them to do that?
Not me.
That's against the rules. I think Glastonbury really epitomised by the fact that you can see, generously speaking, 33% of the teams on average actually have the team's jersey on.
Can I put Leslie Nielsen as my 80s icon?
Oh, you absolutely can.
Thank you. Is that the 80s? When was Naked Gun out?
Well, the first one came out back when OJ was still liked by everybody.
Yeah, so that puts it...
Early 80s.
Well, the OJ trial was like early 90s,
Early
wasn't it?
90s, right? But then there was that period where he's still a footballer, and that ended, I believe, late 70s.
Yeah, football.
So
when I was growing up, I always thought O.J. Simpson was a baseball player because the Naked Gun is set around baseball.
fair.
So I was like, oh, sport. He's an athlete. I guess it's baseball. Why else would they pick a baseball game? 1988. Holy smokes!
When the first one came out.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Police Squad started in 1982, the TV show.
Wow, that's even earlier than or more recent than I thought it was. I thought Police Squad was like the 70s. Police Squad, of course, the TV show that inspired Naked Gun.
Did it indeed. God, Naked Gun's funny.
It's very good.
So good.
And it's one of those rare movies from back then that hasn't aged to the point where you can't watch it anymore without feeling a little... apart from the O.J. Simpson bit.
I just like that they got away with naming the villain Mr. Papschmere. It's almost as good as the villain in Shrek being Lord Farquaad. I mean, come on. How on earth are you getting away with that in a kids' film?
Oh, and that's a brilliant D, and they're really starting to tune in on Meat Train's penchant for throwing big shots to the end zone.
Airplane was 1980, so I'm definitely having Leslie Nielsen.
Airplane was 1980. There was 8 years between Airplane and Naked Gun.
I know. I still can't believe that Leslie Nielsen was a serious actor for a large bulk of his career and turned to comedy very late. It's given that he's so natural at it.
Well, the key is that he didn't change his acting style at all. They just changed his dialogue.
He's in a couple of Columbos.
Really?
Yeah. Nick's come to the booth. He say hello. We're streaming him next game.
Looking forward to it. It's always nice when we can put some of our heroes out there, some of our teammates as well. We're going to get another look at this nice little bit of play by Shakedown. Some good uprushing movement, and then the quick shot to the end zone for the score. All right, so 4-3 to Shakedown. This is actually wound up being a lot more competitive than I've envisioned. I thought Shakedown were just going to kind of run away with it.
Yeah, this is not, we've always talked about the high quality of Ultimate at Glasto, giving us these tight banger games. We didn't really get any bangers at Nationals last week.
Not particularly. We had like periods of banging.
We had we had some really good quality games, right? But there was no like real nail biters.
A lot of them kind of evened out, or it was clear who was going to win by the time we get to the final third of the match.
Yeah, whereas
there was some close mix game.
Oh, hello, this is spicy. Too spicy. Take some sriracha off that shot. I don't know if West Country really has hot sauce.
You have to have it specially shipped in.
I thought you might. Yeah. You're now a man of this part of the world.
It's a lot of cheese and a lot of cider.
Honestly, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you just got to make sure you have Gaviscon, because, man, it'll wreck your esophagus.
You were asking for that this morning.
And did I get any? No.
Sounds like a you problem.
It is, really. I mean, you get over 30, you got to just carry that stuff around. You get heartburn, it's your own fault at that age.
It's like very true. That's what my doctor tells me.
I'm still on a waiting list to see mine.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't actually... I genuinely don't know who my actual GP is, because I've never met them.
You have been to a doctor in your life, though, right?
Oh, yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
Oh, hello, that was some toe drag swag on that far sideline.
And then opening up the pitch with the cross-width flick and a quick pop in for the score.
He did really well to not milk that into the end zone.
Exactly. He's very conservative. That's what Meat Train is known for.
He's like, no, I refuse to score. It's not happening. I will only throw assists.
Only assists. That's all he's interested in.
Only assist. I'm not having it any other way.
We'd also like to take this chance to explain to you the power-ups that exist in this tournament. So power-ups, every team when they join the tournament, they're given a power-up. And after they can compete 4 other teams' power-ups by putting them on the line in games after the match and the little spirit calls afterwards. Some examples of what these power-ups can do for you. There's Optimus Prime, where the next point is worth Megatron. So it's worth 2 points, or Megatron with the next point deducts 2 from the opponent.
So Optimus Prime is worth 2.
2.
Megatron deducts 2.
Thundercats Ho. All players and subs from both teams play the point.
So just like everyone on the line.
Everybody you have, and that is not restricted by the number of people you have on your squad either.
So if you've got like a squad of 50 people, it's going to be like Braveheart out there.
A beautiful thing. Or Thundercats. When did Braveheart come out? Was that in the 80s? That feels like it was
very much. 95, I think, Braveheart?
Oh, wow.
Oh, hello. We've had a delivery to the booth.
Well, hello, Ed, as that's another great score. Man, sometimes when they can chain together these throws, it is passable.
It's actually not bad. I mean, yes, literally passable.
I would like an air horn. Are you giving out air horns? Well, you know, I can do some Drake impressions. Oh, no, that's...
Comes great responsibility.
Yeah. I'm not Spider-Man.
Just to confirm,
I'm more in the Venom school of utilizing your superpowers.
Oh my god, we've been given so much power. Thanks, Ed. We've also been given, not only have we been given air horns, we've also been given some Burrow Hill cider.
Burrow Hill?
Burrow Hill Farmhouse
cider. Cider grown underground in the world. Made by badgers.
I've seen that documentary. Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yes, exactly. Well, like obviously that documentary came out like shortly after the book, which it was based on. So that was That's the first generation. Now it's just generations and generations of badgers stealing cider off that farmer's family. They start to learn how to make their own.
Which one?
Oh, I cannot remember. I could fucking draw them for you, but I couldn't tell you the farmers' names.
Well,
I was thinking about this recently.
There's Bogus, Bunce, and Bean. One fat, one short, one lean.
Yeah. Bogus is the one who eats all chickens.
Yeah.
Lean or Bean's the one who drinks all the cider?
Yeah, I think so. What does Bunce do? He's got like...
It's like goose pate or something?
Yeah.
Like liver pate?
So bougie. I can't identify with that. Jacket, yes, you know you want to. Oh, a lovely little bit of inside-out shape on that.
See, now he does milk it into the end zone, and that makes much more sense.
Takes it all the way to the dairy. Yeah, I should have clarified. We do have Wi-Fi. It's not great.
It's not the strongest, and my laptop certainly isn't the springiest of chickens.
And there's a bit of Simple Minds in the background.
There's a bit of Simple Minds on the camera.
There's a lot of good 80s stuff. I actually put in the commentary survey as well. Favorite 80s song, which is
tough one.
Because you really want something like I want something that like typifies the 80s.
Yeah, you don't want something that...
It was a song that was released in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like your favourite... It's like... Die Hard is the best film that is a Christmas film, but it's not the best Christmas film. If you know what I mean.
I get what you mean
it's
exactly.
It is a Christmas film, but it's not really Christmassy.
Yes. But it is the best film that is about Christmas.
Whereas the best Christmas film is obviously Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh, that is a great shout. Muppets Christmas Carol is really up there.
So like...
I was going to say Elf.
It doesn't really... I think I've seen it once, didn't really do it for me.
Well, you need to watch it again, my friend.
Oh, got him biting there.
Oh, and it bounces off the hands.
Yeah, you should probably be trying to catch those, I think.
Now that's a novel concept, Benjamin. You should try and catch the discs that are thrown at you in Ultimate Frisbee.
People always say catch your Ds.
Right.
I would focus on catching your O's.
Now there is... See, this is why you're such a leader in the commentary community. The way you can incisively pick up on these little nuances of our sport.
Oh, hammer over the top to the far side. Oh, there's two of them there. And that's going to work for the score. Again, this game is actually staying pretty close.
I mean, it's starting to feel like we're kind of focusing... Maybe giving it not enough credit. It's only 18 minutes in. They are 50-minute games. It's 5-4. Like, that's a high-quality game.
Yeah, that's not a huge amount of defense being played necessarily.
No.
But who comes to a fun tournament to play defense anyway?
I would say... Well, I would go to very few tournaments to play defense. I would say my favorite song from the 80s, Benji, and this might fall into the Die Hard category where I think it's the best song released in the 80s, but people might not consider it quintessentially 80s. Those people would be wrong. It would be Night Shift by the Commodores.
Oh, interesting.
Big Commodores fan.
At the moment, I'm thinking maybe a bit of True Spandau Ballet. That sax solo absolutely slaps.
There's been a serious lack of sax solos in pop music in the last, like, 2 decades.
I can go for that by Hall & Oates. Again, you might be noticing a theme here. Or Careless Whisper.
I go for, out of those 3, I would say Hall & Oates is probably my favorite one.
What's the question?
Who's winning? It's 6-5 to Shakedown. The guys in the black. And this could get it in front of the end zone. Big rundown on the defensive end, coming up with nothing. It's a battle of black and white, good and evil, and the bad guys are winning.
No, you should.
Then 7-5, right?
That should make it 7-5 to
So I think
Shakedown.
that's nominally half, but I'm not sure not sure we even do halves at Glasto.
I'm not sure I know what the word nominally means.
Really? Oh, it's in the rules that it is half. Oh yeah, it looks like there's going to be a half.
All right, fair play to these guys. So, are we going to take a half?
I
We're
don't
going
know.
to talk about more top quality 80s tunes.
I do like
Also, the era of hair metal.
Oh.
I'm also a big fan of the Jam. They're the 80s, right? Not the 70s.
No, Jam is the 80s. Bit of New Order, maybe.
They're all right.
Oh, I like New Order.
I can listen to them.
So from Shakedown, the options we've been given are Don't Stop Believing,
Oh, great song.
Never Gonna Give You Up,
Another
which
banger.
I know that Rick Rolling became a meme, but that song is actually really good.
It's a song that's sung entirely in one note, which is incredibly impressive for how long it's lasted.
Steve Winwood, Higher Love.
Oh, okay, yeah. Going a little bit deeper.
About All Night Long, Lionel Richie.
Yeah, well, obviously. Any Lionel Richie's going to
I
get
thought
my
this was
vote.
earlier than this. Paranoid Black Sabbath. I didn't think that. I thought that was much earlier.
Yeah, I would have thought Black Sabbath were kind of late 70s, early 80s.
I'll tell you what. Let's go into the old internet machine. Someone just put too many. Rubbish at 80s trivia, and I wasn't born then. I don't really know. Something by Queen, probably.
I suppose, yeah. That's fair enough.
1970.
Was when Black Sabbath...
Paranoid, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you were definitely right.
Yeah, my favourite Queen song wasn't even released in the 80s, so what can you do? You won't guess this.
Oh, yeah. Deep cut off an album.
No, it was the title track of their last album.
Well, I'm not going to guess that even with that massive hint.
It's Innuendo. It's the song that people think Bohemian Rhapsody is this massive epic. No. Innuendo's that epic.
Fair.
It's really good. At what point is it acceptable to crack open this cider?
I think it's unacceptable that it hasn't been cracked open yet.
All right. Do you want to do the honours then?
I do, because I can get most web pages to load, but not my email, so I don't know how I'm going to get these fun facts. You're just going to have to keep feeding the fun facts.
All right, I can do that.
And I'll just keep up pace with my hilarious wit, I guess.
I mean, we brought you here for something. So the questions we put on the survey are, teams, who are you playing for, other identifying features, drink of choice. This does not have to be alcoholic, I pointed out. Someone put Mango Rubicon.
Oh, wow, yes, of course, the Mango Rubicon, which is what Juliet Caesar crossed over during the Great Stonewall riots of the 80s.
Very true. Shakedown. Still shaking out as winners at the moment. There's a poach wide open on this side of the field if they want to hit it, which they do not.
Looking for a bit of shake and flake right now. You got to, is it a zone? I guess it is. It's not just a bunch of people being too lazy to play defense. They've gone the other way. And
what's the difference?
Well, you have to put some thought into zone, which is,
Do you? Maybe you do. It's just natural, instinctive.
To just point and tell other people to take people?
I mean, respect to you, but I'm different. There's, calling a foul at Glasto.
Foul? I think we can all agree that was pretty soft by Meat Train.
Oh, it's uncontested.
Even softer by Ross, then.
Yeah, you've got to stand up for yourself.
Yeah, you just going to let him do that kind of stuff?
Normally I'd say have a fight, see who's best, but I don't know if I'd be.
No, he'd snap him like a wishbone.
Other questions. One of the questions we put was, what's the largest animal you could take in a fight? Nobody, I think, put Meat Train on there.
Oh,
that's some grab, by the way.
That was a fantastic grab under so much pressure. I think Meat Train would put down a bear.
I have seen a few bears. Oof.
There's one in his booth with you. No, that's not true. I'm more of an otter.
I'll say I'm a little cub. Oh, cute. So yeah, drink of choice, 80s song, 80s film, is a hot dog a sandwich, and what's the largest animal you could take in a fight? Oh, bit the Smiths.
Oh, I'm surprised you had to wait this long for the Smiths.
My favourite song ever is from the 80s, but it's not quintessentially 80s. So I didn't say it. Here we go. Oh,
that's a bad miss.
Just tried to jam that through a really crowded centre of the pitch, and it did not work.
No, unfortunately, that was a no-go.
After we spoke to said, like, this first half's been decent quality. The second half, so far...
Much more up to Glasto's standards.
Yeah, have I been designated decider? You've got to take over for a bit.
So now we're seeing Shakes and Twirls, Flakes and Twirls even. Far from out of this game, trying to work their way down the pitch. That is a mediocre flick. That's a much better hammer across to the corner. What a snag as well as it goes over his head. These people have some natural talent.
I mean, is that what that is? I thought it was practice.
I don't think anybody here has practiced in a while. That was the huge grab outside the end zone that they couldn't cash in.
So they'll cash this one in so they'll get punished at the other end. Makes it 7-6 to Shakedown. I'm paying attention.
That makes one of us. We're actually momentarily joined. We're going to have a quick interview here. We're going to have a lot of interviews at this tournament. Trying to get people in, get their opinions, see what's going on. So we're joined by the wonderful Hannah Pendlebury. Hannah, how seriously are you taking this weekend? And what's your favourite 80s song?
Look at that seamless handover that you definitely couldn't hear.
Well, good morning, chaps. It's a pleasure to be here at Glastonbury for the first time in a little while. I'm taking this tournament extraordinarily seriously and trying to get as much fun as humanly possible from my experience.
That's the thing that I always think about fun. It's like I've got to take my fun so seriously.
It's regimented, absolutely regimented. Also, look, may I say you're looking very fresh this morning. Have you been recently trimmed?
Oh, look,
dog.
It was a matter of symmetry.
Add that to the dogs counter. We have one. The real question, Hannah, is why have you fobbed us off this weekend to go and play frisbee instead? That's so lame.
Well, it's all right. I can swan in every now and then as Meat Train's going to put up a very nice flick huck into the end. I think that's Meat Train, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if it's not, it should be.
we can dip in and out. Maybe you guys can harangue me, collar me, put me on one of these. But my team are dressing up as entirely Jess the Cats and one Postman Pat this fine evening because Postman Pat is a 1980s TV show.
Do you know what his surname is?
I believe you're going to tell me.
It's Clifton.
Oh, there you go.
That honestly, did so many Zoom quizzes during lockdown. The number of times I had questions about Postman Pat was just I think everyone in the country probably knows that now.
Although we don't actually get oftentimes chance to give colour about our commentators. And actually, Benji, you come from a big quizzing family, do you not?
We've been known to quiz, which is very good.
And to appear on television doing so, and amounts of success.
Yeah, it's been mixed success. Started when my granddad went on to 15-1. There you are. That's an 80s quiz show. The two questions he didn't want to be asked about were soaps and religion. So you can guess what categories he got.
Soaps and religion.
Yeah, he was told if there's a question about Coronation Street, the answer is Jack or Vera Duckworth. The question was who plays Vera Duckworth.
Oh, no.
Didn't quite work. Anyway, it came back when I was on the chase a few years ago, and the question was who is X person's mother in Coronation Street.
Was it Vera Duckworth?
It was Vera Duckworth.
Oh, well, we came full circle then.
And you can genuinely see me being like, what? Because it's could not tell you anyone else in Coronation Street apart from Jack and Vera Duckworth and Ken Barlow, and that's about it.
Well, you've got to get your big hitters. And speaking of big hitters, it's nice to see Shakedown playing outdoors again. I say that. They play outdoors quite a lot. I just haven't had the pleasure of watching them in a little while. Although I will say one thing before I go. Apart from that, my favourite 80s song I decided this morning is Rebel Yell by Billy Idol.
I saw.
a classic that came on during aquarobics when I was in the pool a couple of weeks ago.
Good Lord, you're
I was
old.
on my warm down of my
You're
workout.
so old. Aquarobics.
I wasn't doing the aquarobics. I just,
Sure.
I got chinned off into one of the other non-lanes to do my swim workout, and I was about to do my cool down, and then it came on. I was like, well, you can't cool down to this song. It's just not appropriate. But what I will close off with before I let you guys get back to business is that this tournament has a real interesting vibe, because being 80s themed, it really reminds me of everyone's favourite indoor Sheffield-based tournament, Mix and Mingle, which I've not gone to in many years, but I was an unbroken streak there for many on the bounce.
Is that always 80s themed?
It is always 80s themed.
Always 80s themed.
Always.
Wow.
And they always end up in Reflex in the evening. So I'm looking forward to a very interesting blend of 80s in the outdoors rather than indoors in the autumn in Sheffield.
I'm wondering why Ed picked the 80s as the decade of choice. I wonder if it's because it's his favourite decade by any chance.
Oh, possibly. He might have been born in it. You never know. Although I'm interested to see just how well flushed out the show game roster later will be with individuals born in the 80s. I just missed out being 91, but I'm going to hand the...
You're 91 years old? Wow, you look good for that.
I know, right? They're creating a Masters division just for me.
It's all those stem cells that they give you.
All right, well, enjoy, lads. Enjoy. I love the setup you've got in the van.
It's not bad, is it, in the front of the Vez van? We've got all the trophies on display. As there's, a bladey flick into the end zone that's scooped up before it hits the turf with the sliding grab.
Yeah, it does feel very cricket right now, but they are wonderful trophies, and I'm sure everyone will be working very hard to get their paws on one. All right, have fun, guys.
Thanks, Hannah. So we will... I wonder if we can get a shot, actually, if we can shout at the camera crew loud enough. You can see the trophies in the front of the Vez van. We've got the various kind of hand-carved, hand-detailed woodware on display. The party prize, which is like some 10-year-old aged cider, and the traditional spirit helmet.
Of course, the spirit helmet being bestowed upon the noblest of participants at this event.
Well, did you know that this is a new helmet?
What?
It's a new helmet every year.
And they just let the other one go with the spirit winners?
Yeah, I think the idea is eventually that spirit winners from 7 consecutive Glastos will form a team together and all play in the helmets.
There's no way that that's safe.
No,
This thing is, ironically, this helmet is a death trap.
Of course it's not safe.
But would it be cool?
Clip that. Tag that, lads. 4X colour.
What's the secret to commentating? Timing.
I was like, please say he's going for the same joke. Yeah.
Of course I am.
Oh, we have a laugh, don't we?
Sometimes, begrudgingly. It's a cool, cruel, cold world, and we're here to bring you a little bit of heat, a little bit of light on a Saturday morning at Glasto.
Yeah, we love coming here to Tor Sports and Leisure. The bar is open till 1:30 a.m. both Friday and Saturday, which is, I think, a welcome relief to everybody involved.
Especially on a Friday, like you travel down, you get in, it might be like kind of late. You got to put up a tent by your car lights and stuff. It's a whole awkward experience. Then you find out, oh, the bar's probably closed. Goes, no, we're open till probably another 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, what time we got here? About 3 o'clock. Yes, we got here before the bar even opened because we had to work. And then Lorcan swans up after we've got everything set up and can immediately start getting on it.
Timing is perfect.
As we've worked out, that is the key to commentary.
Key to commentary, baby. Showing up, offering a help once all the work's
and not
been
talking
done.
over each other.
And then always paying attention. Wait, what?
So, somebody scored.
Yeah, that seems to be happening out there on the pitch from time to time.
God, it is tempting just to drive away with the van.
It's not a bad van, like.
It's a good van. It's not even his van.
Yeah, so
it's just hiring
how
it.
would they ever trace it back to us? It's not like there's anyone would be suspicious that we took the van. We're the only ones having this conversation right now.
Yeah, the only people on film recording taking the van.
If we drive off quick enough, it'll pull out the power. They won't be able to settle the camera on us.
Oh, that sounds like Africa.
That's such a good song.
Oh, hello.
That's a great grab.
One-handed snag, reaching behind.
I like the shimmy fakes to the dump.
Shakedown moving the disc very competently here.
Yeah, really looking like an actual frisbee team.
Which is not in the spirit of things, to be honest.
Kind of unspirited to stump and swing this much. Where's the deep shot into the turf that we saw in the start of the second half?
Then Mitran can score.
Yeah, I didn't care for that either, to be honest with you. These guys are kind of turning their back on what got them here. They're going to go up 10-7, though.
Yeah, I must say that with the exception of that first point of the second half, which was scrappy, been pretty good quality. Do you want to know what the schedule is for today?
Yeah, not really.
Oh, all right then. But I'll tell you anyway. Up next, we've got CNF versus South Wales Storm, a local derby. CNF, I think, is Cardiff No Frills.
Oh, aren't they the Cardiff University team?
Correct. I like the fact that they enter their beginners teams in as Cardiff No Skills.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
Are they back to university already?
No.
This would be
they might have just started, actually.
This would be a crazy way to introduce your players. Like, welcome to the sport. You've been here a week. We're going to Glastonbury.
They've been attendees at Sicko for a few years. So, yeah, no skills. And I always enjoy that when people can see the funny side of things. And then we've got Mexicans versus Mongrels, Lemon versus Hedras, Sex Bristols versus Bristol Ultimate Development, and Surrey Scorpions versus TSU. So we've got a few local derbies going on today.
Well, that's what happens when half of the participants come from the same city. Nice shot, great catch, well done by the Flakes and Twirls.
Honestly, that was a nice shot. Got a little bit of air underneath it, so it went over the defenders, slightly fading towards this side. Well judged. Like a fine cider.
Speaking of which, would you like more of this well-jugged fine cider?
Feels a bit early.
Right.
Oh,
feels a little bit
right,
like a wet blanket. Yeah, a mysterious hand just reached into the cab and took out the cider.
It's nice. Isn't it nice to have Bunfluff back on the team this week?
Well, it's nice to not be the only drunk.
I mean, allegedly.
That's lovely.
It's Glasto.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's Glasto, but we can still get into trouble. Technically,
communism works.
Right? The thing is, though, it does. You show me an example of communism failing.
Can't do it.
No.
Especially not from the 80s, when communism was at its height of its power.
Well, this is the thing. Everything that failed wasn't really communism.
Right.
You see?
It's like a 10-year-old getting away with lying.
It's technically true. The best kind of true. Zone.
This is the second time they've played Zone, and I am equally disparaging both times.
To be fair, I actually quite enjoy playing Zone. I much prefer playing Zone to playing match defense. You want me to run after people?
No, I'm going to stand here and watch them run past me. Thank you
got to tailor it to my skill set. Oh my god.
Yep, meat train there.
He just stood there.
Just being a brick wall, really.
It was like the Dodgems. The guy just bounced off him. You know you want to knife that into the end zone.
Oh, and that's what you get for not knifing it into the end zone. Come on.
It's always open if you throw it hard enough.
Exactly. These are the lessons people need to learn. Now, you threw that one quite hard. And what? Open.
That's a break.
That's a break.
That's a break.
Flakes and Twirls coming right back into it.
They're only one behind now at 10-9.
So this has actually been a pretty exciting game that we probably should have paid a little bit more attention to.
What? It's 9:41. So the Horde goes in 9 minutes.
Oh, okay. I thought this game was going to be, because it was like half at 20 minutes. But then, as we see another, that's great work by Hurley.
Yeah, he moves in mysterious ways.
Liz Hurley, her movies are more 90s, weren't they?
When you say movies...
Well, okay, I'm going to have this argument for the second time this week. Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser is a good movie.
Right, I've heard people say that, but I have never seen it.
Okay, well, watch it and then agree with me.
All right.
Perfect.
Is that the one where...
Liz Hurley plays just the sexiest devil ever, until maybe Gwendolyn Christie, her devil, that gender fluidity one from Lucifer.
And obviously Austin Powers is 90s.
Yes, Austin Powers is 90s.
Extremely 90s.
Just probably the most 90s movie of all time. But we're not here to talk about the most 90s movie.
Despite being set in the 60s. No, well, it's not set in the 60s. It's the second one set in the 60s.
So after that Zone, I guess, technically worked. They're going back to
which,
it.
as we mentioned, best kind of worked.
I'd like it to go back to Meat Train because he'll hope. No, that was just the right call. I'm hoping for some more scoobers. Or
Got that,
maybe,
got that out of his hands nice and quickly, didn't he? I like that.
Yeah, come on, throw something overhead. Something a little spicy.
It's
you know
not,
you want to.
It's not really much wind, is there?
There's almost none. There's more. Oh, second dogs. Let's dog count at 2.
Oh no, we need to get it on stream.
Oh, fair.
Doesn't count unless dog on stream. Got a high standards.
High standards here. Well, Lorcan's dog count is on 2, so I'm 2-1 up on the stream.
That's fair. This is one of the other great things about coming here is that you get a lot of dogs on stream. There's one on the far side as well. Hammer over the top.
Nicely done.
That is a prize pooch of a throw.
Best in show.
Correct. Look, there's one on the far side by those chairs, having a bark.
Oh, he's having a good old woof.
Woof.
11-9. So Shakedown 2 points away.
Yeah, 7 minutes
away. It says. Oh,
I was going by my laptop rather than by the clock on stream. You know, we can also use the car horn.
See this one? Really?
I mean, I don't see why we couldn't. It's a horn.
That is true. When is a horn not a horn?
When it's a jar. Which is just an air horn with all the air exposed.
So we're getting ready. I'm nervous because obviously they gave me an air horn, and obviously it's taking every natural instinct I have in my body
not to press it at all times.
All times,
correct?
You know,
yeah.
all times.
Especially if something good happens, you're like,
man, just like. But no, we are respectful. It's been about 40 minutes that this. I've been trying to load my email on this Wi-Fi. Oh, and another jump through D. So you can see why Flakes and Twirls keep going back to this zone. The kind of lazy nature to Shakedown's dumping is opening them up for a couple of blocks.
just grip it and rip it in now, in my opinion.
That's always your opinion.
Correct. It's always open if you throw it hard enough.
So they're opting to dump swing instead, and I hate it. Look at that.
You're on stream, folks. Do something fun.
Exactly, like show off for the 5 people watching this through bleary, hungover eyes. 2 of whom are in the booth.
I was going to say, and the other 3 are also on the sideline. Oh, cheeky.
That
like
was
it.
nice. That was nice.
Move it a little bit quickly, lead pass into space with a little bit of IO shape in it.
You know, just that's
Chef's kiss.
very tasty throw, very tasty throw. So you don't have to be going for big throws. You can just go for like kind of audacious or showy ones.
Yeah, people think, oh, you want spice, that means I've got to throw something big or I've got to throw an overhead. And you're mostly correct, but not entirely correct. You can do stuff like this.
That's such a pretty inside flick.
What are you looking at?
I'm just trying to get a little close to you.
I thought you were looking suspiciously at the sign that says no smoking.
I didn't see a sign that says no smoking.
Where's there?
That's terrible news.
I think that only applies to in the van, though.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine. I was going to say, if Glastonbury was trying to be a smoke-free tournament, I think they'd struggle.
Right on cue.
Sitting pool.
So who do you think's going to win this game, Benji?
Shakedown, I'll be honest. They've got that 1-point advantage. They've looked pretty good on offense generally. Like it, get that IO shape, get it out of the hands quick.
Yeah, Meat Train just taking over that point. Kind of showing off a little bit. Making it 12-10. You got to think it's going to be the Shakedown crew.
I think they're probably heavy favourites at this point.
That's a harsh way to speak about their weight.
I mean, rude.
Exactly. I imagine this is going to be a conversation we have throughout the day, Benji. But do you think a hot dog is a sandwich?
Oh, 100%.
And how many people on the pitch agree with you?
I've only got answers for Shakedown, but here we go. No, it's one piece of bread. How is this even a debate? Absolutely not. A sandwich involves 2 pieces of bread stacked vertically, which I like the idea that you can't have a horizontal sandwich.
Yeah, that seems like a weird addition.
So is a club sandwich not a sandwich then? Don't know about that one. And the fight for Ultimate to be a legitimate sport continues. Mate, it's Glasto. No. Yes, if you had a filling folded up in one slice of bread, it would still be a sandwich. Just a pitiful excuse for a sandwich. This is the same principle. What a silly question. And a couple more no's.
So literally nobody agreed with you outright, and one person begrudgingly admits it's a shit sandwich.
We also had, what's the largest animal you could take in a fight? This is a required question. For real? Panda, but not Panda from Tekken Tag Tournament. For which I could say, I probably could take Panda from Tekken Tag Tournament, but I probably couldn't take a real panda.
Right, because you know his moveset, you'd be able to counter him effectively.
Exactly, and I could just take him down in Tekken bowling.
Terrible at bowling.
I know what's up. And that's in the end zone, not in the end zone.
I thought it was in the end zone, but it looks like it's going to be called back.
Glasto rules, do it again. I mean, I don't know if actually Ed put that in the official rules, but if there's a contested call, send it back, do it again. It's Glasto.
You've just got to...
It's the only way you'll find out whether you got the right result.
Oh, and that's a little call heavy here. The game may be heating up towards the end. I really don't think so.
I think it's a travel because he changed his pivot foot.
If we're going to start calling travels at Glasto. Oh, and there's the turnover.
Must have been a pretty bad travel then. Because famously, the disc has never lied. So honest, that disc.
Oh, it's so honest. You know, people swear on them in court these days.
Have you seen that there's actually Glastonbury Tournament frisbees made this year?
No way.
Yeah, mate. Official team and pitch discs, which are currently not being used.
Because you've been told they exist, but you haven't seen any proof?
No, I've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they's not on their team. I've only just realised that. They just threw it to the other team.
Oh,
it's probably a mistake.
I'd say so. It seems to be working against them right now. But maybe they can find another way around. Ooh, big time bid on the defensive end.
Yeah, from the backside, did well to not really get a huge amount of contact there. I've seen... Yeah, it does annoy me when you see people make bids that they're never going to get and they truck somebody and it's like, come on, mate. Friend. Pal.
Buddy.
Don't call me buddy, guy.
No, call me guy, pal.
I'm not doing this. Oh, hello. It's a fat block in the lane, that one. Just stand there and deny.
Big fan of that defensive approach. You knew what he's going for the whole time. Here's a chance you to make it 12-11.
Knife it to the back of the end zone. The guy was so free.
Why are they not knifing it to the end zone more? We've only seen bad things come from turning down the knife.
All right, how many people have we seen turn over knifing it to the back of the end zone?
So far, 0.
Exactly.
How many people have we seen turn down knifing it to the back of the end zone and then turn over?
See, if that was knifier, it would have gone straight to him.
If it was knifier in 2 minutes ago, where it was to the guy in the back of the end zone who was totally free, it would have worked.
What's the clock saying, by the way?
It's saying that it's time you got yourself a new watch. It's about 46 minutes.
Oh, really?
47. Although there goes the...
Wait, did you hear a hooter?
No. I heard Tainted Love.
Oh, a bit of soft sell. This is quite 80s, isn't it? It's those synths.
Anything with synths in it, I'm like, this is 80s.
This is 80s.
Or it's an indie band from the Naughty's second album, which were also really synth heavy for some reason.
Because they wanted to think they were in the 80s. Oh, hello, just rushing things a little bit. Lots of turnovers. Now how much people love turnovers.
I know I do.
Mm-hmm. We should have bought some turnovers from the affordably priced supermarket over the road that we won't name because they don't sponsor us.
We should try and go in there and get some sponsors.
Right, I'm sure. Hello, would you like to sponsor us this weekend?
Frisbee tournament that is definitely worth watching as we're starting to see, oh, look at this now. No frills warming up. Oh, who do they think they are?
That's disgusting.
Oh.
More like no fun, am I right? Got him.
Roasted to the bone. Speaking of which.
Get some aloe vera.
That's the best way to deal with third-degree burn. think we're seeing 2 generations of Shakedown out here on the pitch, jerseys-wise.
That's a nice high grab, dumping it off quickly. Kind of faking a wafty backhand.
A lot of these guys feel like when they have the disc, they've got one great throw in them. And then a bunch of other ones they're just kind of getting away with. Oh, see, now that to me is someone getting away with a throw.
That's all right, it was really poached. I mean, he should have knifed it, but
should have knifed it, like. Where are the knives? Oh,
and there we go.
Game.
That's the toe in for the win. 13-10 to Shakedown. Although maybe they haven't realised. I think they've realised.
They've realised. So, congratulations to Shakedown for winning the first game of the day.
Yeah, big one. We've got Cardiff No Frills versus South Wales Storm coming up next. Bit of Welsh derby action. Lorcan refuses to turn his microphone off before he takes it off his head. So we'll get there, Lorcs. We'll get there. We'll do the thing and we'll take a little bit of a break. What's the hooter at? What's the hooter at? Says 50. We'll see you next game.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. Ultimate.
We are a group of Ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, Ultimate TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and fund our work
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with Ulti TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Right now, he's gonna have to bid. Oh, just a
Football!
Huge layout block. Unbelievable stuff on the front corner of the end zone.
Maybe just that boost of energy they needed.
Swing pass and a great grab there from Spear.
Ulti.tv. Ulti.tv.